15 by the WBC, number 14 right now in the rankings. Khalil Cole, big Steppa. Got a good fight coming up here in Las Vegas on that Murataya Andy Cruz card. Fighting Jesse Hart, man, who's fought some of the best over the years at this division. Or at 168, fighting Gilberto Ramirez and those guys. First of all, man, is this some New Jersey, Philadelphia rivalry? You guys go back? You guys know each other over the years?
We sparred once, you know what I mean? But Philly is like like my neighbor, you know. I'm always in Philly. I was training in Philly. You know, my coach is from Philly. You know what I mean? So it's not more. I wouldn't say a rival, but it's just, you know, them two guys that's from at that weight class that's so close. You know what I mean? With that fan base that's gonna bring that it's gonna make a good. What you mean? What I say? Environment in the stadium. You know what I mean? It's a firefight. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? He's been that guy, you know. He's fought top guys. He's been around, you know what I mean. And this is my opportunity to take that step.
I know. Did you spar him in Philly?
Yes, I sparred him in Philly at his gym. Yep.
Yeah, the old saying is some of the Philly gym wars, they're worse than the fights, like the actual fight. Well,
I can tell you right now, it was nowhere near close to a war. There was barely exchanges. You know what I mean? There was a lot of running going on. You know what I mean? So. And I before going there, I had already sparred. I sparred with Jaron Ennis first. Then I went there, drove there, and sparred with him. You know what I mean? But I should have just stayed with Boots. That's the best work out that way. You know what I mean? Pretty much. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I don't think he's really ready for what I'm bringing.
When you said a lot of running, on whose part?
His part. You don't want to engage. You know what I mean? He says that he knew I had a fight coming up, so he didn't want to hurt me. You know what I mean? But in boxing, we all know, like, a lot of guys, if you can do something to someone, you will. You know what I mean? Especially being as that we're in the same weight class and it's a possibility that we can see each other.
Right.
If you can do something to someone and impose your will, you will. You know what I mean? Despite having a fight going up, but we'll see. We'll see. He said he's going to press me when the fight comes. I'm looking forward to it.
What year did you go down to Philly to get the work?
Say 2025, early 2025. Yeah, for sure.
How many rounds did you and Jesse do, and how many times did you wind up sparring Jaron Ennis while you were down there?
Me and Jaron Ennis been sparring since 2018.
Wow.
We had multiple rounds. You know what I mean? He's one of the guys who got me to this level. You know what I mean? Showed me a lot of little different tricks inside game. You know what I mean? But me and Jesse, we sparred once. Just once. And, you know, I was told not to even go there because that's what I would get, you know what I mean? But I just did it anyway, just trying to get a different look, you know, because I was fighting a taller, rangier guy, and I needed that look, and that's what happened. We never been back since, you know what I mean?
Would the people around Philly tell you that? Like, hey man, this is what it is.
Yeah,
we recommend not. Yeah, is that what it was?
People around Philly told me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the fight itself, do you expect it to have a lot of action, or do you feel like you're gonna have to?
I'm gonna have to go get him. I'm gonna have to go get him for sure. I feel like he'll try to like, you know, fight in like spurts. You know what I mean? Run and then attack and things like that. But I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it. I don't think there's gonna be constant pressure on him the whole fight.
Now you righted the only blemish on your record, Manuel Gallegos, and you beat him in a rematch. How did that whole experience, those two fights, make you a better pro?
It just make the right decisions. You know what I mean? Everybody was telling me, don't take the fight. You know what I mean? Don't take it. Don't do it. You know, take your time and recover and then go back. But me dealing with pride, I felt good for a little while. You know, after, you know, when you feel good, you think that you got it. You know, but you're not. When you don't listen to your body, you get outcomes like that. You know what I mean? And I took that as a lesson. I listened to my body, you know, and listen to my team that's around me. And that's the point of having a team. It protects you from yourself.
Did you feel like Eddie Hearn, you know, held you down in the aftermath?
For sure. He knows what I'm capable of. You know, that's why he got me the rematch immediately. You know, no, I didn't want him to fight anybody else and lose the belt. You know what I mean? I wanted to get right back to it.
Right, the WBC USA title.
Yep.
Here at Light
Hart going down. It's going down.
Yes, sir.
But I gotta pick your brain a little bit about Jaron Ennis, man. Obviously, you're a light heavyweight. Even sparring with dudes like Rob, who've been cruiserweights, and What's his punching power? Like, can he punch like a light heavyweight?
He can punch like a heavyweight, bro.
Damn.
Both hands, bro. And he's fast. He's sneaky. You know what I mean? One moment he'll slow down on you. Next thing you know, he threw a 10-piece. You know what I mean? First three are soft, but the last 7, oh my God, bombs. You know what I mean? And footwork, so both sides, defense. He's definitely an all-around fighter, bro.
Yeah, I know he's got it all. Feet, speed, power. He's slick, but despite being slick, he does wear some shots in his fight, and that's some of the things people nitpick about him, that he gets touched.
But people gotta realize, man, in boxing, nobody's gonna go without getting hit. You know what I mean? Like when I first started boxing, they told me you gotta be able to take a punch, to give a punch. You know what I mean? And as we see, he gives a lot of punches. You know what I mean? A lot of people with a lot of damage from boots. You know, and until someone can go in there and show otherwise on them not getting hit at all or taking different punches, then I don't feel like anyone should say anything to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, when you say sometimes you got to take one to land one, do you feel like he's a punctuator?
Yeah.
Like, he'll take something, maybe roll something off
Roll
of
something
it.
more. And that's a lot of people don't realize a lot of the shots that he does take, he does roll with. You know what I mean? Like, it might look like it landed flush, but he's taking, you know what I mean? He's taking that power and that velocity off of that punch. And he's coming back on like 3 that he landed. You know what I mean? So he's setting himself up in position. He wants you to feel like you got that shot, so he can give you what he want to do. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why I call him a punctuator.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and a counterpuncher too. But I'm like counterpuncher and a punctuator.
No, he set the tone too.
Yeah.
So if you don't throw, he gonna bring it to you for sure.
Right. And what about his body work? I feel like he's good, very good downstairs.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's one of the things I learned from Boots. You know, I'm not gonna give up the secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely learned a few things regarding body shots and body work from him. That I'm definitely gonna be exercising this fight.
Anything underrated about him that you would only know from getting in there with him? That's harder to tell on the outside.
Underrated.
Overlooked,
I feel like I don't know. I don't know if they realize how his power, I don't know, bro. I feel like they should know by now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the world should know. He proved it with so many guys like him, like Boots versus Villa.
Yeah.
Like my favorite fight. You know what I mean? He showed so much in that fight, power, and you gotta realize Villa is a strong, tough guy. You know what I mean? And he went out there and he made it look easy.
And maybe took everything out of him. Because he hasn't seen the same.
He took his will. He took the will from him,
Yeah. And but lastly, I gotta ask you, if that Virgil fight, it's up in the air right now, but still being talked about. They still got.
I've seen like things in the blog saying that they're moving on. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're trying to outbid themselves.
Yeah.
With Boots, you know what I mean? They're trying to make him take something that he wouldn't normally take. You know what I mean? But hey, we'll see how it goes.
How would you see that when because Virgil's elite too? You know, he got speed, power.
No, for sure. I mean, that would at that class, I feel like that would be the best competition for Boots. You know what I mean? Who else is there for Boots to fight? Can you name somebody?
Fundora and Bakram. There's some good fighters there for sure. You know, but that Fundora, is probably the best.
But that's
one.
the best. I feel like that Ortiz is the best fight for him. You know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes. He wants to fight Spence.
Ortiz does.
Wants to fight Spence, you know what I mean? I feel like, what is that for? Should be he wants a warm-up fight or something? I'm not sure, but Ortiz is a great fighter. I just feel like they should just make it happen. Come to an agreement and make it happen.
Do you feel Boots wins that fight?
No, I feel like Boots wins though, for sure. I feel like it'll be a tough fight, but I see Boots coming out there victorious.
Yeah, real quick, why is that? When Ortiz got a good high guard, good jab.
Also you gotta realize he has a high guard, but Boots has a lot of angles. You know what I'm saying? When it's a guy just pressuring you, walking forward, you got to use the angles. And not only that only works for a guy who's going to gas out. You know what I mean? Boots ain't gassing out. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's not gassing out. You know, he works 4-minute rounds, 12, 13 rounds, sparring 5 different people. You know what I mean? This is how he trains. He trains like a menace. You know what I mean? So I just feel like we just gotta make the fight happen.
Does that creativity of an athletic, creative kind of guy like who does that overcome a guy who looks more fundamentally sound by keeping the hands up and all that?
I feel it does. You know what I mean? Because okay, once what does he do next? What does Ortiz do next? Once that doesn't work, you know what I mean? And then it's like Boots has so many different styles, ways of fighting. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna be able to adjust to all of them.
Yeah. That pressure though is serious.
That pressure. That's
Ortiz,
why
yeah.
That's what's gonna make it a great fight.
Right.
That's what's gonna make it a great fight. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see how it goes.
But last words for Jesse Hart ahead of next Saturday here at the Fountain Blue in Vegas.
We're about to break some hearts. That's what we about to do. We're about to break a lot of hearts.
Thank you, Khalil.
No problem.